I'm ashamed to be a veteran, and this is why. They say that 1 in 5 women went through military sexual trauma or sexual inappropriate acts, and 1 in 50 men. And I was one of them. And it's hard to accept the fact that that happened to me. And for years, I denied it. I was like, nah, couldn't. Must have been in my head. Crazy. I'm not sane. Not okay. But before that even happened, before my innocence got taken as an adult, my innocence got taken as a child, I remember growing up, and let me tell you a little bit of the story. When I grew up, half the year I was with my mom, half the year I was with my dad. So the first half of the year, everything was good. I was with my mom. I was with a richer neighborhood, high education, and it was a life, the military life. And then I was with my dad, and I didn't know I had a military father side of the family because I didn't really see anybody that was of service. Even though I do, I have a lot, actually. But I didn't see that side. And I saw middle class America. And I remember wondering, was I poor? Even though we had food to eat, we had clothes, and it was different. And my mentor said there's 3 ways to look at wealth. There's the poor class that pays bills. They work to pay bills and make that happen. Then there's the middle class who work to pay bills and get stuff on credit. Buy, borrow, get on credit. And then there's the rich people who make money to make their money make money, make their money pregnant, and make more money. And charge premium pricing. Pricing that's quality of what they have to offer. And I thought to myself, we're not poor class. None of my parents were poor class, but I felt my dad was middle class and my mom was married into wealthy. Our bills were paid. We did what we were supposed to do. We had steady income. We had benefits and things of that nature. And so both my parents are a little different. My mom is because I said so type mom. The mom that do what you're supposed to do just because it's what you're supposed to do. Like, there's no questions. Like, why are you, I'm not your friend. I am your mom. But my dad is the type that, let's ask questions. Let's talk about this. Let me give you the tools so you can do this on your own. And there was a lady on YouTube, I forgot her name, shout out to her, but she said there's 2 types of people when it's jumping into the water. You got the people who just jump in and just start swimming, and it shocks the body and it makes it cold, but they get acclimatized to the pain and just swim. And then there's the people that wade in the water and try to ease into it. The thing about the people who jump in the water and swim, it hurts the most, but for the shortest period of time. And then the people who wade in the water, it hurts the least because they gradually get into it. But it's an extended period of pain over time, the longest amount of time. So short pain, a lot of pain, long pain, less pain. So my parents are both. So I asked my best friend, I said, roommate, what am I doing wrong? He said, you think you're jumping in and swimming because that's the smart thing to do, but you're just going in circles and just flapping around and going in circles because they're saying that you're splashing too much. And instead of just doing what you have to do, you kind of just loop around and be like, well, I'm not trying to make a mistake. I'm sorry for splashing you. Splash and continue to go. Keep moving. Keep the momentum going. So, I always struggled because I didn't know who I was. Was I an alpha female? Was I a submissive female? Was I because I said so? Was I, let's talk about it, ambiguous, which is multiple ways of doing things. So I always thought to myself, I said, I'm both. And there's a word for that, a term for that in BDSM that a girl finally told me what I am. Because I was attracting a lot of homosexual men because they thought I was a homosexual woman. And then I thought, am I gay? Because since my innocence got taken as a child and I was molested, I was wondering, am I gay? Do I hate men? Or do I hate what he's done to me? I hate the situation. I don't hate men. But I picked the worst men because I thought they would honor the fact that I helped them get to where they need to go. I thought they would love me enough and show me enough dedication because I poured into them. But that's not the way to go. One guy said, maybe your standards are too high. I was like, I messed with a guy with a fish eye. And I gave him a chance. And he was just as poopy as the rest of them. So, I have this scenario and I want to read it to you about the peanut butter jelly sandwich. Because, as you can see, I'm a big girl, but it's an analogy. So listen to the concept and let's keep it going. When making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, having people just like you is like only having a peanut butter or only having a jelly. You need people to compliment you with an E instead of always compliment you with an I. You need both. You need both. Compliment with an E are people who have what you're missing, and compliment with an I, people like you. Having both is like peanut butter and jelly. Then the bread will follow, aka the money. So you need people who are just like you, and people who have what you need, which is the compliment with an E. So compliment with an I and a compliment with an E. Both of them make the peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Wait. There you go. But anyway, I would get people who reminded me of myself, who got what I like and what I did and stuff like that, and wonder why it didn't work. It's like two people having the same strengths. You're really good at something, but what about all this other stuff you suck at? Who gonna do that? Or it's like having both having the same weaknesses, and you can't get over that hump of how to get better because you have the same weaknesses. You need people who have some of your weaknesses, some of your strengths, and you complement each other where they can be weak, you can be strong. You can be weak, they can be strong. You both can be strong, but you both can't be weak. And you both can't be strong in everything of the same thing. You have to fluctuate and do both to have the peanut butter and jelly. It's like a seesaw. Up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, both up, not both down because it'll snap the board. So when I thought about this, I was like, okay, we got that. We got the peanut butter and jelly. We got the seesaw. But I remember learning how to walk. My mom picked me up most of the time. And my dad picked me up most of the time. So I was picked up most of the time. So with that being said, nobody really put me down. Because they were like, oh, half the year, mommy, mommy, mommy. Half the year, daddy, daddy, daddy. And I didn't know how to walk. And my grandmother was like, oh no, I am not going to pick you up. You is 2 years old. It's time for you to get up and get your butt up and walk. So I remember she was like, scoot your butt, scoot your butt. So I would like scoot. And I wouldn't go nowhere. And I would scoot, scoot, scoot. She's like, try, try, try. And I had something that I didn't know at the time, but I have vertigo, which is I get dizzy when I get up and sit down. So I would get up and I would like, my head would start spinning. And what I didn't know as a child, when you have vertigo, it's not good to close your eyes because you don't know which way is up and which way is down. So you can fall. And I remember falling one time and busting my teeth out. Because I didn't know which way was up and which way was down. I was trying to reach up, but I was really falling down. And I hurt myself. So I remember not being with the best of men. Because I didn't know who I was. And every man that I liked was homosexual and didn't like what I had. I remember my high school sweetheart saying, you don't have what I need. I'm like, what do I need to get? what am I missing? He was like, but you don't have it. What don't I have? Let me learn something. Let me do something. Let me change something. You don't cook. That's right, but I got a grandma who cooked a mean meal. She said she'll cook for us. You don't clean. My grandfather said the B word belonged in the kitchen, so I didn't want to cook and clean. I hated that. I saw the way that my grandmother slaved in the kitchen for 9 kids. Didn't want that. Didn't want to slave on no stove for all these kids, even though I loved them. Couldn't have been me is what I said. Nope. I only cook for myself. I have a chef. I was blessed with an amazing best friend. And not the type that, oh, what y'all doing? Type stuff. No, no, no. Somebody who's a veteran. Morals, standards, values, integrity, honor, selflessness, personal courage, dignity, honor. Did I say honor? And respect. All of that. So, I remember growing up and still trying to learn how to walk and not getting it together. Feeling dizzy and feeling like I'm about to fall down. So, when I end up kept going, kept falling down. And I remember one day my grandma was like, get you up. Get your butt up. She said the A word. She said, get up. So I was trying to get up and I was feeling dizzy. Get up. And I fell on my face. She said, didn't I say get up? I don't care. Fell on your face. Get your butt up. I am not going to carry you. And I didn't hear her loud. I just heard her grunt through her teeth like, I'm so sick of you. Get your butt up. So I did that. I got up. And I took a couple of steps. But she wasn't around. She didn't pick me up. She didn't say good job. I remember her shaking her head like, my baby got it. She got up. And I remember my dad reached to pick me up and I got up and I started walking. I was like, ah, yeah. And he was like, pick me up. He was like, my baby don't know how to walk. I love my baby. And I was like, Daddy, I know how to walk. I know how to walk. Boo. So I was just so happy that I picked up a skill of learning how to walk. And I remember that was the best moment ever with my dad. Besides eating ice cream when I made honor roll, because he paid attention to me and loved me. Quality time is really important. But my mom, on the other hand, I remember wanting to learn how to swim. And my mom was like, oh, I'll teach you later. What about your dad? He could give you swimming classes. And I put on the floaties and slipped through the floaties since I was so skinny, and I almost drowned. And then they try to put floaties on me the next day. I don't trust them things. Because I almost died. And them floaties did not try to help me at all. So I remember watching the Olympic swimmers. And all I saw was stroke. And then I remember the rhythm of the coach telling me to stroke. So I said, Mommy, I think I know how to swim. And she was on the phone. Talking. So I was like, okay. So I went to the pool and I did what she told me. Just jump. And then I started stroking. So I went and I swam down the pool, and then I turned around like they did at the other end and started stroking backwards. And my mom was like, my baby's in the pool, she can't swim. As I'm swimming, my mom was about to freak out because I forgot how old was I when I learned how to swim. I was really young. Jumped in the pool, swam, and did everything. And she said she learned how to swim. And not only did she front stroke, she backstroke too. So I remember just doing it.
Meet Cheryl. Hey, she's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card. It's gotta be some.
I remember just doing it. So I talked a little bit about my household, a split household between my mom and my dad. I talked a little bit about how my dad was happy that I learned how to walk, that my grandmother motivated me, and how my mom was glad that I learned how to swim. And even though my mom and the Olympics motivated me. So even though all that happened, at 3, I got molested for the first time. I remember my father's father, which is my grandfather, or my father of a different generation, as he called it, saying, "Woman, get in the kitchen." And I looked and said, "Why are you cheating on my grandma? Why are you cheating on my grandma?" And he said, "You don't stay in a child's place." And I said, "That still don't answer my question." You were like, you think you grown? You want to be a woman? Let me show you what it's like to be a woman. And I remember feeling dirty, but enjoying it. And not being able to say I enjoyed what happened, but I was ashamed that it happened. And who it was by? Family. So my womanhood got taken. Because he saw me as a woman. Because I asked him why was he cheating on my grandma. He was a veteran, a pastor, an old pastor. He stepped down. and a family man. So with that being said, until next time, guys, we'll see you later on Poly Deliverance.